Matt, when I came up to the big leagues, my first position was third base. It just converted me to third base. My first game was against the Oakland Athletics. Ricky Henderson was at the plate. And this was it. This is where my deepest third base was, because I didn't have the footwork, I didn't have the handwork, and I didn't have the arm to get it across. This is where I played, right here. Diagonal, as deep as I could go against the guy that I knew that was not going to bunt. Where do you play?
A little different.
Wait, where are you going?
I would say probably right about here, on a guy that I know is not going to bunt and that's, you know, not a burner. It changes based on the speed of the runner, but a guy that's, like for instance tonight, JD Martinez or somebody like that, I'll probably be playing right around here. Try and cover the line a little bit depending on the situation, but giving myself as much room as I possibly can to take away the hole and be able to come in on a slow roller and take away the hole. I want to give myself as much room as possible to kind of cover everything. I know it seems like a lot, but that's the way I kind of go about it.
Now, is this something that the organization wants you to play here, or is this a feel thing for you?
I think it's a feel thing for me. I kind of started doing it in the minor leagues when pretty much in college my coach told me that I could play as deep as my arm would let me go. But everybody in college always bunted, so I had to kind of take the bunt away. And once I got to pro ball, I realized that there's only a handful of guys on each team that are really going to bunt, if that. So I decided that I was going to play as far back as I possibly could to where I can still make the out, and it's allowed me to kind of take away a lot more hits and save some runs.
You realize how far this is right now? I would need a cutoff in order to get it to a relay. Now, does that affect at all Marcus Semien to your left to play a little bit more up the middle?
Yeah, so that's helped us with that too. So Matt Williams has kind of given me the freedom to position myself, and me and Marcus are communicating a lot of the times, and when I'm back like this, I'm like, hey, you got a little bit, I'll cover the 6-hole here, you go up the middle a little bit, unless it's a guy that we need to pinch the 6-hole on, like when we play the Astros sometimes, like an Altuve or somebody like that we might have to stay on that side. But for the most part, we're pretty much trying to space out as much as we possibly can and pretty much have two like floating guys.
I'm trying to just pick up the concept of how far this is right now to first base. When did you know, and were you able to develop your arm strength?
Yeah, after I always kind of had a decent arm, and then I really started like my senior year of high school, started getting stronger, and then after my freshman year of college, I went and played summer ball in the Northwoods League, and I feel like I played long toss like every day. All I wanted to do is get my arm stronger, and played long toss every day. And I feel like by the end of that summer, my arm started, getting a lot stronger, and then I just kind of kept working hard in college, and I feel like it's just me growing up, it kind of happened. I was kind of lucky, but I feel like I always had a good throwing motion, and when I got stronger, it just kind of got better.
Okay, Mookie Betts is at the plate. Doesn't bump much,
No.
But he runs.
Yeah.
Where do you play him?
I'm probably going to play him a little bit more pull, and I would say probably right about here.
This deep? With that speed?
This deep, because I know he's not too much of a candidate for, I feel like he hits the ball hard, and I know he might chop one occasionally, but I feel like I'd rather take away the extra base hit and keep myself here than I'll take the swinging bunt. I'll take the risk. Now, if they keep swinging bunting you to death like it's happened before, I'll move in, but I trust myself enough and he hits the ball hard. Like, he's hit some rockets at me, so I like to give myself some room to work, and I'd rather take away the double instead of giving up and make him get 2 hits in a row instead of just giving up a little tiny single.
All right. How much fun do you have with the shift? Today, Mitch, Moreland.
Mm-hmm. I have a lot of fun with it. I almost lost my privileges in Toronto yesterday. There was a double play ball with Kendrys Morales, and I was like,
your foot was off, man. Your foot was off, man.
I know. They told me that the people in New York must love me, but I told them I was great. I know. I was kicking myself for that, because I've done that before in Toronto. Like my rookie year, I pulled my foot too early because I get like all excited. Whenever I go into the shift and get to play shortstop, it like brings back great memories, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do something crazy, and then I always try to do too much. But it's fun to play in the shift because I get all this room to go and get the fly balls, because I like to try and go catch fly balls, and then Marcus still doesn't let me take the comebacker from the pitcher. He'll never let me. I'm like, what do you, I always give him a hard time. I'm like, you trying to get your WAR up? And we always give each other a hard time about that. I was like, hey, let me cover second. He's like, why, you trying to get your WAR up?
That's the thing, the WAR, huh?
But we have fun, and we just I like to, play shortstop. It keeps it fresh, and I get to try and play in middle infield again for a little bit for a split second, so it's fun.
You guys ever have a discussion who's a better shortstop?
Well, funny story. Him and Jed Lowry were turning double plays. I think this was last spring training. They were turning double plays, and they were doing it on the clock in spring training, just I don't know. It was just one of those things we were doing, double plays on the clock. And then Olsen went to second base, and I went to shortstop, and we were turning double plays faster than they were up the middle, and they were pissed.
2 Gold Glovers, though,
Yeah.
against 2 non-Gold Glovers, right?
That's
I mean, they
true.
were finalists, but they weren't Gold Glovers.
Ole was using his first baseman's glove, too.
Oh,
and we
really?
We were turning double plays, but we were racing on the clock. So me and Ole hold the crown right now.
Perfect. Platinum Award winner last year, along with your alma mater high school partner. How cool was that with Nolan Arenado and yourself going to the same high school?
That was a really cool moment to share. My family was there, his family was there, and just kind of where we all started to be at that point. I mean, I kind of felt like he would always be there, but I didn't know if I was going to be in that same position, and especially after my first full season. So it was pretty cool. I feel like it all happened so fast that night, and I grabbed my award, took a couple pictures, and then was off, and I was just it all didn't hit me till after how really cool that was. But to share that moment with him after pretty much growing up playing baseball with him my whole life and playing Little League together and high school baseball, and then staying in touch, so it was pretty cool to share that moment with him. And it's just another year for him, but for me that was pretty cool.
That's true. Frankie Montas on the mound today. A lot of ground balls.
A lot of ground balls. That's right.
You ready?
Better be ready. They're gonna be wearing me out over here. I know that.
We'll be watching.